Okay, next tutorial. This look is meant to be the painted doll from the new movie, The Devil's Carnival. I've been wanting to do this look for a very long time, but I wanted to wait until the film came out, until I'd seen it, to be able to like fully do it justice. Hopefully I did. At first I didn't really get the film. Oh, I got it. I didn't enjoy it as much, and now I've watched it about 10 times, and I love it. So yeah. So this is my recreation of the painted doll from the movie. Sorry about the costume. It's really makeshift, but I hope it works. I will say, actually, this was originally, a long time ago, based on a request I got from Gabby72787. I'll put the link there. She basically requested to do like an evil doll. So it got me thinking, and then I saw the painted doll, and yeah, so it went on from there, really. But yeah, so thank you for this request. I know lots of you out there have requested doll makeup, so hopefully this works for you. So if you'd like to see how to recreate this look, stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is block out my eyebrows, because painted doll does not have any. So I'm not going to show you guys how to do that in this video, because I'll show you in many of my other videos. So I'll put a link here to one of my videos teaching you guys how to do that, just to save some time. So I'm going to do that and get right back to you. So I've made sure to cover my eyebrows a lot with the spirit gum and the wax, so I know they're completely covered, okay? Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coating this whole area here and here in liquid latex. And I know some of you guys out there might be thinking, oh god, don't do that, you'll rip your eyebrows out. But trust me, it's completely safe. As long as you've covered and sealed your eyebrows completely, you can put latex on them. It's really fine, because you can peel it off straight away, and it just, if it's going to take anything off, it'll take some wax off. It doesn't touch your hair. Just please make sure it's completely covered if you're going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to take a sponge and some liquid latex, and I'm literally just going to coat my eyebrows really, really gently, just like that. I'm going to do the other one as well. There we go, and I'm just going to let that dry. Then I'm going to take some tissue paper that I've just pulled in two, so I've got the thinner side of it, and I'm going to use, I've cut it into shapes like this, so it's really, really small amounts so I can work them easily. The idea is I'm going to make my cracks out of liquid latex and tissue just to raise the area rather than doing shading. I'll do shading as well, but this will give it more depth. So, I mean, I would usually use a prosthetic, but I'm using more latex in these tutorials just because I know you guys out there would be able to do this a lot easier to make prosthetics. So, I mean, I'm still going to make prosthetics, but this is a lot easier for a lot of you out there. So, I'm going to take the tissue, and I'm going to do another coat of liquid latex on my eyebrows, because I've got the base coat done, and I'm going to press the tissue in with the latex so it's completely saturated. So I'm going to carry on doing that. In the shape that I'm going for is it's going to be this whole area here, and this whole cheek, and this eyebrow is going to have the latex on because that's where the cracks are. So I'm just going to do that for the whole area here. So that's the areas I'm going to put the latex. So we've got the whole large cracking area here and above the eyebrow, and a slight cracking above this eyebrow. That's what we're going to be going for. This whole area here is going to be crack free, as it were. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to do probably about 5 coats of that. So liquid latex, tissue, more liquid latex, let that dry 5 more times, I think, just to get the depth. Yep. So I'm going to do that and get back to you. So once that's done, I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to apply my foundation. So I'm using a TV Crayolan paint stick in 1W, so it's a really light shade. It's like a really, really thick cream foundation. So I'm going to apply that all over my face, being really careful on the latex areas, just gently dabbing it in, and I'm going to buff that out. But I'm also going to be using a foundation over this as well. You guys might be able to skip this out there, this part, to be honest. It's up to you. The reason I'm using it is because I am obviously a guy and I have stubble, so this covers the stubble quite well. And yeah, painted doll is a lady, so yeah, don't want stubble. It's up to you guys if you want to use it. I probably would use it on the latex because this area here will colour slightly lighter, so you want a base colour done on that before you apply your foundation anyway, so yeah, you're cool. So once I've done that and I've buffed that out, Just before I go on, I use a kabuki brush to buff out my foundation because I find it really gives a nice even coverage. Yeah, just a tip really. Just buffing in. So as you can see, where the latex is and the foundation is, you can see there's a slight discoloration. That's what I mean by, it's about a shade lighter, so we don't want that. That's why I like using the cream on the latex first. So now I can go in with some foundation. This is an NW15 Studio Fix fluid, so a really light liquid foundation, and I'm going to apply that again all over this makeup. So after I did that, so I've just kind of skipped a step there, I've powdered this all now with Grimace translucent powder. It's like a white translucent powder, so it makes everything look a little bit lighter. Okie dokie, so I've just pressed that in everywhere. So now, I mean, you can still see the latex, but that's where the cracks are going to be, so, but it's a lot more subtle at least. Okie dokie, so what I'm going to do now is the fun part. I'm going to start drawing on the lines where I want the cracks to be. So I'm going to do that with my favourite ever makeup item at the moment, a Collection 2000 eyeliner felt pen. I think I've used this pen in like all of my tutorials now. I love these pens so much. So the idea is I'm going to trace on the lines I want, because I'm going to be cutting into this latex to make the depth. So I don't want to do that without knowing where I'm going to go. So I'm going to trace on the lines really lightly and then cut into them. So I've just got this kind of weird pattern where just every crack goes off onto another crack. So I'm going to carry on doing that on my eyebrows and we'll start cutting into it. So I'll be doing some more proper shady effects on the cracks after I've cut into them. So I'm going to take some, actually be really careful when you do this please, but I'm going to take some really sharp scissors, just some little scissors just so I can control them. And the idea is I'm going to pinch the area that I want and start cutting into the cracks, not going to the edge, because if I go near the edge it will lift up and we'll have a huge edge going on. So I'm going to cut into just where I want the deepest bits to be, so the centre here, and maybe a little bit here above the eyebrow. So I'm going to pinch here. So this is another reason why I use the pen, it's because it doesn't smudge once it dries. So I'm just going to pinch the middle there and pull it up. And then I've got something to snip, basically, so I don't snip my skin, because that would be painful. So you'll find once you've started, it's easy just to keep snipping. Just be careful. I mean, I've got this flap here, and I'm going to cut a few more flaps here. Just don't cut the small lines out, because you'll end up having pieces of latex fall off, and we don't want that. So I'm going to end up sticking these back down with some spirit gum. But as you can see, they start to separate, so you've got the really nice crack in the middle, because latex, it will stretch and pull itself apart. So when I shade that, it will look really deep. And yeah, I mean, already with this flap here, it's starting to look quite effective. So I'm going to carry on cutting, and I'll just follow the shapes that I've drawn. So now I've got this really cool cracky effect going on. So now to emphasise that, I'm going to take some Grimace Black Cream Watercolour, and I'm going to take some really fine brushes with this, and in fact even finer than that, yeah, that's about right. And I'm going to trace all of these lines again, going inside the cracks and colouring them in. The reason I'm using a cream is because I'm going to afterwards take a slightly bigger brush and blend it outwards. So I'm going to do that now, and we'll get back to you. So when that's all covered in cream and the hollows are all blacked up, so we've got the shade in, it should start looking like this. So now I'm going to take a clean, just a regular fluffy brush, just a small fluffy brush so I can get in the areas. No colour whatsoever, and I'm using the colour that I've already put down. I'm going to blend it by shade it by blending it outwards. Just pulling the colour towards the centre of each of the squares that we've got here, and it will create a really nice shaded effect. So there we are. Nice and cracky. So, right, now I can start on the glamorous part of this, which is the lips and the eye makeup. Because she's got those beautiful lashes. Obviously, you associate doll eyes with the lashes and everything. So, I'm going to do... So, she's got like a brown smoky eye with a shimmer of like amber and gold in the centre and these big lashes. So, I'll start on the eyeshadow first. So, I'm going to use my smoky eye palette, to be honest, for this. I think I can do most of this with this palette. It comprises of basically amber lights, carbon black, I think that's Embark brown, and this colour I'm not going to be using, so you don't need to know it. I honestly can't remember, that's probably why. So, so I'm going to use the MAC Amber Lights, which is a really nice goldy, bronzy, shimmery colour, and that's going to go all in the centre and towards the corner of my eye. So I'm then going to take the Embark, which is another MAC eyeshadow, it's the brown, and I'm going to go in the hollows of my eye all the way to the centre. So from the edge of my eye right to the centre, and I'm going to stop there. And just smoke it in slightly just towards the centres. And then going to take the brown again and just go underneath the eye all the way to the centre. To the corners of your eye. Then I'm going to apply some false eyelashes, and don't laugh at me. I'm going to be using these ones. These are quite thick. These are the Only Ways Essex lashes. Yes, I know that sounds hilarious, but oh dear, I thought I'd give them a go, and they look quite good. So hopefully they'll be, because they're just like a medium length. Yeah, they look quite nice. So I thought I would try them. So I'm going to apply those to my top lashes. If anyone wants to give these lashes a go, they are called the Scandal lashes. Okay, so I'm going to apply those. I'm also going to apply a really fine pair of lashes, not that you can really see that, to the under my bottom lashes as well, rather. So that's what I'm left with once I've applied my bottom lashes. I've actually applied 2 sets of lashes to the bottom lashes just to make them look thicker. So I've actually got 3 pairs of lashes on each eye. That sounds a bit mad, but yeah. So now I'm going to take some Maybelline New York Illegal Length Mascara. I use this quite a lot in my tutorials as well because it's probably one of my favourite mascaras I've ever used, to be honest. And I'm just going to coat all of the lashes with this just to make them extra thick. Then I'm going to take my MAC Fluid Line in Black Track, which is a cream, basically black cream that you can use in the fluid line of your eye. And I'm just going to colour in all here where the eyelashes meet the eyes just to get rid of the weft. So then you should have something that looks like that. So the eyes look nice and big and poppy. Yeah. I'm also going to take the black fluid line in Black Track and just trace the top of the weft just so it ties in better. I'm then going to take a Grimace white cream and I'm just going to go right near my fluid line of my eye just to make it look a little bit bigger. Right, I'm then going to take my sleek eyeshadow palette in Pink Sprint, so incredibly pink, and I'm going to use the middle one. And I'm going to take a really big fluffy brush and I'm going to put this on one cheek because that's all she has it on for some reason. Well, I suppose the other one's cracky, isn't it? So, and I'm literally just going to smile and put it on the apple of my cheek. So the lips, there's quite a sharp Cupid's bow pointing outwards and it's quite a full lip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Stargazer number 52 really bright pink lipstick, but because that's quite a bit pink, quite too pink I think for this, I'm going to use one of my Kryolan lip tints in LF102 if that helps anyone. It's like a red lip, so it's not a full block colour, it's like a lip gloss that I'm going to put over the top of it just to get a bit of shine and to make it a bit more red than pink. So yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use the red tint over top of that. So then I popped in a blue contact lens, and I'm leaving this eye completely natural, so as a contrast. So to complete the look, I popped on a wig, which is just a regular long blonde wig I've cut up. I think I've used it in a few tutorials now. It's getting shorter and shorter, and I've just tongued it and made it curly and put flour in there, and yeah. I've got my quick makeshift costume, so forgive me for this. I've not got a big white corset like she has, so I've made the cravat out of loads of different, well, not cravat, the shoulder fluff, really. I've made that out of random bits of fabric just to make a fluffy on the shoulder. And my little neckerchief and the feather boa, which I'm not sure if she has in the film, to be honest, but it kind of completes it. And my little neck gloves, yeah. So that is actually the look. There's nothing else to it. I say that like there's hardly any steps, but... so yeah, so I hope this tutorial was helpful to some of you guys out there. I hope it did look justice for you guys. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you like it, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, the usual. And yeah, so until next time, bye.